Take hold of your nafs and get it to yield. Control it like you would control a beast. Just like you would control your riding beast, control your nafs. And the best way to do it is through ibadah and dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Train it to get used to ibadah. Train it to get used to the duroos. All of this social media that is always on your phone at your fingertips. You will look at it for 20 seconds and move on. Because this is the dumbing down of our shabab. The dumbing down of populations. If something they can read for 20 seconds, give them that headline. Scare them with the headline. Make them laugh with the headline. Then they move on. Because all of these things are just fleeting. From one piece of entertainment to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. That's why you have these Twitters. That's why you have Facebook. That's why you have YouTube. That 1 minute, 2 minute, 30-second, move on. Make you laugh, make you cry, make you afraid, move on. That's how they can control you. And that's how they control populations. Social media and these social media companies are controlling your youth. Just in the month of Ramadan, how many brothers have come to me? Ya akhi, my son doesn't pray. Ya akhi, my daughter, she doesn't want to wear hijab. Ya ustad, I don't know what to do with my son. He's having doubts about Islam. How, ya akhi? How is he having doubts about Islam? He has a mobile phone. Someone gives him 30 seconds 3 times a day. Watches this on atheism, watches that on the Big Bang, watches this on evolution, watches that on Darwinism. Give him a diet of that over a few weeks and he will start doubting in Islam. That's how they scared you for 2 years. Be afraid. Don't go near anyone. Don't touch anyone. Don't visit your mother. Don't visit your father. Keep away from this one. Wear 4 masks, not 1. This is how it works, indoctrination. And this is the beauty of Islam. When you study a book of Islam, like Kitab al-Tawheed, Thalathatul Usul, Aqidatul Wasitiyah, the students of the Mashayikh are sitting for 3 years studying one book. Because it takes time. It takes a person to be diligent. You want 30-second knowledge? Something that you can, just 1 minute. More than a minute, I ain't got time for that. Try reading the book of Allah in a minute. 23 years. 23 years it took the revelation to come down to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. 23 years, one book was sent down. The book of Allah. What do you want? You want it in a minute? You want the deen in a sound bite? Or in a music video maybe? Like some of these shayateen from America and Canada. They will sing to you about Islam and put it in a rap for you. Is that good enough for you? 2-minute rap song. You learn all about Islam. Is that what you want? So up until we are dancing and prancing around on stage, it's not good enough for you. That's what you want. What is it that you want, ya ikhwan? Jokes, a comedian to sit in the front? And to crack jokes and make you laugh? Or a magician at the front to pull out a rabbit out of a hat for you? Say, that's the Islam I like. It's entertainment. Islam is serious. It is Jannah and Nar. It is the grave and its punishment and its bliss. Islam is a deen that calls you to strive and to struggle in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in that struggle, you will find sweetness of Iman. And you will find joy in your souls. Doing good for yourself and doing good for others. Imagine that you strive for others. You go out of your way You carry a load on your back like Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu used to do. To feed the old blind lady. As the Khalifa of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam after Abu Bakr. Why would he go through all of that as the leader of the Muslims, Amir al-Mu'mineen? Except that he found happiness in helping others. He found joy in the ibadah of others. Or in the ibadah of Allah, rather. And happiness in helping others. Get off this social media. Get off it, you're hooked. And your youngsters are hooked. Your girls and your boys are hooked. I'm not saying there is no khair in it. We have websites. And we have a Twitter account. But that's for what? That's to tell you the dars is tomorrow. That's to tell you, read this article. Yeah, akhi, I can only read one paragraph. I can't read 14 paragraphs. You put an article about the rights of Eid and the rules of Eid and how to pray and what to wear and what to do and what is allowed and what is not allowed. And you say to the people, read it. They say, Ya akhi, what does it say about singing? You want me to tell you what it says about singing? Read the thing. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the concentration. Why? Because social media has dumbed you down. Look in your houses. How many of you have a library in your house? Where's your books in your house? How many shelves of Islamic books do you have? Books on Sunnah and Salafiyah and Hadith. Which one of you even has the Kutub al-Sitta? 6 books of Hadith in their home. Akhi, I can't afford it. Why not? I got to put a new carpet in. MashaAllah. I need a new plasma, 56. 42 is not big enough anymore. Is that what it is? Kutub al-Sitta. Where's Bukhari in your home? It's available in English. Arabic and English, it's available. Bukhari and Muslim and Abu Dawud and Tirmidhi and Nasa'i. Ibn Majah. Most of you don't even have these 6 in your house. You don't have them. But I bet you've got a 56-inch plasma connected to, I don't know what, box this and Allahu A'lam, sky this and sky that. Because you're not going to miss that match on Saturday, are you? When Fulan plays Fulan. Because you're not going to miss that. But you won't have the 6 books of Hadith, the primary sources of the religion. How many books of tafsir do you have in your home? Do you have the tafsir of Ibn Kathir? I don't read Arabic, akhi. It's available in English, barakallahu feekum. Do you have the tafsir of Sa'di? Oh, akhi, I don't have it because I don't read Arabic. It's available in English. Where's your tafsir Sa'di? Where's your tafsir Ibn Kathir? Where's the fatawa of Lajna Da'ima? English? Yes, it's in English. Where is it? Bulugh al-Maram, 1 volume, you don't even have that? No, akhi. I don't have it, Ustaz. Why don't you have it? Where's your priorities? But you've got the latest device. You got the latest iPhone. You got the latest Google phone. You got the latest trainers, no doubt. The latest old trainers, that is. Right? You got the old retro trainers because you're not going to miss them. Where's your knowledge? Where's your books? Where's your maktaba? Where's your library? Where is it? This is the problem today. This is the mushkila. You've inverted your priorities. That which is a duty before Allah is not a duty for you anymore. You don't prioritize it. And you'll say, after this sitting of hours, you'll say, inshallah, I'm going to try it. Allahu A'lam. 80% of you will try for about 2 days. And then you'll say it's too much. That's the nature of man. Constantly forgetting and forgetful and negligent, inattentive, up until there comes to him death. But it's too late then, ya ikhwa. You are Ahlus Sunnah. Otherwise, inshallah, you wouldn't be sitting here today. You are Ahlus Sunnah. You are people who follow the madhab of the Salaf. Or you try. Try harder. Bring your children. Bring your wives. I don't know how long I'm going to be alive. certainly not getting any younger. No, he's Abu Hakim, no, he's Abu Idris. Abu Talha rahimahullah has already passed away. Abu Uwais, Abdullah Ahmed rahimahullah has passed away. Abu Umar Farooq has passed away. Abu Tayyib Ismail has passed away. We're dying. We are dying. When we're gone, we're gone. Inshallah, Allah will replace us with better than us. But you don't know that. Now that you have the opportunity to sit. Sheikh Rabi' in his 90s, can't sit with him anymore. He's old. He's housebound. Sheikh Ubaid, old, housebound. Sheikh Al-Fawzan in his 90s. Sheikh Abdul Muhsin in his 90s. The Mufti in his 90s. When we had the opportunity, did we benefit from them? Did we sit with them? What benefit are you taking? What opportunities are you taking for yourselves and your families? Don't walk out of here today without changing. Tomorrow, inshallah, is the last day for you of the month of Ramadan. Then it's Eid. Then a week after Eid, the durus are back on. Weekly. Abu Hakim, Abu Idris, Abu Khadeejah. Then the guests that we invite for conferences. Abu Iyad, Abdul Ilah, Uwais al-Tawil, Hassan al-Somali. Constantly inviting them so that you can benefit. Don't allow when next week comes, 7 days go by as if Ramadan didn't even come, as if you didn't even listen to what I said this evening. Don't let that happen to you. And control those devices in your home. Wallahi, my advice to you, get rid of that big screen. Or if you're not going to get rid of that big screen, that plasma thing that you've got in your house, cut the cables to this, what do you call them? These TV boxes. Cut the cable to it. You don't need them. You don't need to watch football every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You don't need them. You don't need their entertainment. When some kafir scores a goal, you jump out of your seat, screaming as if it's your Eid, as if you're going to walk away with £200,000 that day. You're not walking away with anything. You've had to pay to watch the blooming thing. What do you walk away with? He walks away with $250,000 for one match. What do you walk away with? Nothing. You just paid for him. It's not worth it, ikhwah. It's not worth it. Get rid of this entertainment. Because when they tell you to be happy, you're happy. When they tell you to be afraid, you're afraid. When they tell you to keep away from your mother and your cousin and your neighbor and your brother and your sister and your son and your mother, you keep away because they put fear in you. This is how they work. This is all about controlling and indoctrination. When they tell you come from an ape, you say, yeah, I came from an ape. I didn't come from an ape. Maybe you did. When they tell you this is how the world works, you believe them. Why? Because it took them because they've indoctrinated you into believing them. It only takes, if you get used to this 30-second, 1 minute indoctrination, all the news comes to you in a minute. So you read it for a minute, it's over. So you become afraid in a minute. You become happy in a minute. You jump off your seat in a minute and cheer in a minute. Because all of it is about controlling you, and it takes a minute. That's all it is. They'll tell you, phone on your neighbor. If he does something wrong, phone. Because he's had a visitor to his house. All of a sudden you become spies for them as well. Ikhwa, be disagreeable. Be disagreeable. Question. Learn your deen. Study the sunnah. Become individuals who think for themselves. And this is what Islam does. It gives a person courage and strength to stand up and say, no, that doesn't sound right. Let me go and study that and see what Islam says. Let me go and study that and see what the Sunnah says. Let me go and speak to Ahlul Islam, not BBC. We don't need to believe them. Not the BBC, not any news media channel. They are not the reference of our ilm. Whatever they say, you believe it. And whatever they deny, you deny it. Wallahu musta'an. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and guide our children, guide our families, guide our communities to that which is best.